In this video I will show you how you can create magical lighting effect using Photoshop. Hey, what's up guys, Dhruval here, and in this tutorial I will use this cosplay of Elsa and this glass texture, and both of the images are from deventart.com. And if you want to use these images, the download link is in description. They are free, so feel free to use it. Now to start this tutorial, first of all we need to unlock this thing, so double click on this and hit OK. Then press Ctrl J, so it will make a duplicate of it, and then go to image, adjustment, and go to shadows and highlights. And you probably need to do nothing, you can just adjust highlights a touch since it's a bit glowy, but this seems fine to me, and hit OK. Nothing much to do, but the effect is awesome. Now as you can see, she is holding this really beautiful snowflake in her hand, and we need to make it glow, like give it a rim lighting, and for that we need to make a selection. So I'm gonna use this magical lasso tool, and after that create a new blank layer. Don't forget this step, it is really important, so make sure it is a new layer, and then start drawing a selection around it. It doesn't have to be accurate, just a little bit accurate will be fine. And if you miss some of the spots, you can use your backspace or delete key to like go back and adjust it again and again. You can use any tool you want, simple brush would be fine. I will show you why. So let's make a selection first, and I'm gonna fast forward this part so that we can save some time. So the selection is ready, and now once the selection is ready, make sure you have selected this tool, don't change it. Then right click and select stroke, and make sure you do it in middle of selection, not outside. And after that, in the color, make sure it's a white color. Hit OK, and first try with 4-5 pixel. The bigger the pixel, the thicker the stroke will get. So 4 stroke is not enough, 4 pixel is not enough for me, so I'm gonna right click stroke and give it more like 10% and hit OK. So that seems fine. Now if I zoom out, and now to get rid of the selection, press Ctrl D. Now if you look at it, it looks horrible, but once you go to filter, blur, and go to Gaussian blur, and give it a bit of a blur, not way too much, keep going on until it gets really beautiful and fuzzy. Now that looks awesome, and hit OK. Once that is done, double click here, not on the name, in the side, double click here and select outer glow, and in the outer glow, instead of this yellow color, select something shinish or bluish. The blue superpowers Elsa has, something like that, and hit OK. Now here you can spread this thing, increase the size so it will make it glow even better. And then you can change the counter here, whatever one you like, if you wanna be creative or something like that. So I think this looks fine. Hit OK, or maybe normal one is also better. So let's say this one is fine. Now you need to do one more thing. So for that, create another blank layer, and in the color palette, go here and paste in the color. The code is 61B9B9, and it doesn't have to be exactly this, just some bluish color would be fine, and hit OK. Now make sure that you have selected your brush tool from here, and then make it big enough. I'm using my big bracket key to make it bigger and smaller. So make it big enough that it covers the snowflake, and make a click, and maybe one more. Then change the blending mode to soft light. Then duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J, and this time instead of soft light, change the blending mode to screen. So as you can see, it has created a really beautiful glow around snowflake, and it looks really good. And if you think you want to make the glow bigger, select your glow layer, this one, and then press Ctrl T, and this way you can make it bigger if you want. So that looks fine, and enter to confirm it. Now after that, let's create another blank layer, and do not change your color, be consistent with it. So once that is done, start painting on her skin like this, and if this looks weird to you, change the blending mode to screen, and then start painting. And don't worry, it looks horrible right now, but we'll make it better. So something like that. It will take some time to paint it properly, but do it and take your time and paint a bit here And let's zoom in and then start painting here on her fingers, and here a bit, and a little here, something like that. Seems fine. Now to make it look better, go and change your opacity to, let's say, 15 to 20% until it fades in properly and like looks natural. So as you can see now, it looks like that there is glow on her face. Now to make it look like that it's actually glowing in the dark, go to your adjustment layers and select curves, and in the curves make it darker from here, like that. So that seems fine to me. And then and here, as you can see, you have a mask. So when you paint with black color in that mask, it will remove the curves effect from that area. So I have my brush tool and I'm painting here like that. So if I turn it on and off, you can see that it works only on the other area, not on the glowing part. And I may go here and decrease the opacity of this thing a little bit so that it looks even natural. Okay, that looks better. And once this is done, you need to go back to the curves. So you double click here and it will open the curves, and go into the red. Now the opposite color of red is cyan, so when you increase this portion from here, it will give it a bit of a cyanish feeling, that blue like look we are trying to get. So if I turn it on and off now, you can see that it has that cyanish look that like looks really awesome. So that's fine. Now to make effect even stronger, click on this curves option and make a duplicate of it by pressing Ctrl J. Now go back, and this is way too strong, so we need to make it less denser. So this seems fine. Now if I turn it on and off, you can see that it has started taking shape. Now let's adjust some couple of things that we can like adjust to make it look even better. So I'm gonna go here and make it even bigger until it matches like the look I want. So that seems fine. Better, and this seems fine. Good. Now we need to bring in those magical particles. So you can see like I have this texture ready here, and this is from Deventard. As I said, you can use this. The download link is in description. People keep asking me. So to get this texture in that document, press Ctrl A and then press Ctrl C, so it will copy it. Then come here and press Ctrl V. Now to make it smaller, press Ctrl T and hold your shift key when you are scaling it. So that seems fine, and hit enter. And then change the blending mode to screen. So let's go here and change it to screen. So as you can see, it has started taking shape, but it looks really fuzzy. So to get rid of that, you have to go to image, adjustment, and here you have option of levels. So in the levels, you need to adjust this, take this slider here and this slider here and this slider here, until you are left with only and only those little particles. Cool. Now press Ctrl T and make it small enough that it is only on the glowing area. So let's put it here like this, something like that, and let's put it here. Hit enter. Now as you can see, it more looks like a square instead of a circle. So for that you need to apply a layer mask, and once you apply the mask and you have brush selected, paint with black color and make sure your hardness is 0%. So start painting like this, and as you can see now, it has started taking shape of that glowing particles. And keep some patience, don't rush this thing. Now you need to make a duplicate of this thing, so press Ctrl J, so it is more effective. Press Ctrl T and rotate it a bit, and then hit enter. Then let's make another copy of it, and then press Ctrl T and rotate it a little bit, and this time let's make it a little bit bigger so that it looks like even awesome. Hit enter, and let's make another copy. Don't worry about it, like make as many copies as you want until it looks like really awesome to you. Press Ctrl T and let's do it something like this. Now that so that it doesn't look like a mess, select this layer and use your Control key, like press it down and then click on all of this layer, and then press Ctrl G. So everything is inside a group, and when you open it you can still access everything, so just a little less mess. Okay, this looks awesome. Now we need to do is just a couple of adjustments. So for that, go to your adjustment layers and select a solid color, and in the solid, instead of this really bright blue that we are using, select like a dull color bit and hit OK, and change the blending mode to color dodge. Looks horrible. Don't worry about it. Just make it 0 opacity and then start increasing it until it seems fine. So let's turn it on and off. Seems really good. Maybe 15% would do also better. So let's see. Yep, that seems also fine. And then create another adjustment layer and select this time where is gradient map. And in the gradient map, let's go here and select this violet and orange. It is default, like everyone has this gradient, so go here and then instead of this yellowish color, go here and change it to a cyanish color. So let's go here and make it cyan, something like that, a bright cyan. Cool, and hit OK. And then you need to change the blend mode to soft light and decrease the opacity to, let's say, 50%. Seems fine. 50, 45. Cool. Now if you turn it on and off, the final look is like really getting ready. It looks awesome. So that looks nice. And now go to your adjustment layer and select brightness contrast and increase the brightness to, like, let's say 40% or maybe 30. Seems fine. And then select your mask and press Ctrl I. So everything on this layer is hidden. Now select your brush tool and select a white color. So if you paint with now white color, the brightness will show up only in those areas, and so that you have control over like where you need the brightness. So I'm just gonna paint it on her hands and something like that. And when you paint using the same image, avoid painting it on her breast since it is already really bright. So that seems fine, and here you can like adjust it. So if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. And if you don't want it here as it looks really bright, you can just paint here like this and it will not show up. So as you can see, it seems really awesome. So this is done, and now the final step. So go here and select your photo filter from here, and in the photo filter you have this really good cooling filter. And in the cooling filter, just decrease the density to, let's say, 14 or maybe 5-7%. So that seems good. So the final output is ready, and the best thing I love about this work process is that now if you want to adjust anything, let's say like this looks really bright as you can see, so I can just go and decrease the opacity to, let's say, something down, and it is looking better now. So you have control over everything and you can adjust anything. So if I select this couple of things here and then select my move tool, so I can move it here and that's ready. So, and here is the after before side by side comparison. So that's it for this video, and if you really did learn something, hit that like button or comment something. If you have any question or something like that, it helps my video a lot. Now if you want to learn how to create this type of effect in natural background and with some different coloring effects, click the box on the left. Or if you want to learn how you can create a photo effect only using the default things inside Photoshop, click the box on the right. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, so every time I upload a new video, you will get an update. Plus, you can go to my channel and check out more than 60 free Photoshop tutorials. So till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.